Man, hey, write a check your ass can cash, man. That's all I can say.
Hello, welcome back to Lessons with Kobe. Today we will be learning the term belt to ass in sign language. First, we're going to break it down. Stay with me. Belt to ass. One more time. Belt to ass. Together now. Belt to ass. And that concludes my lesson. See you next season.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me get some hearts in the chat. I know I lost my voice, but God is good. If you can hear me, then finish this sentence. God is good. Okay, there we go. I see hearts in the chat. All right. All right. We got it. See, they didn't want me to be great, y'all. All the time. There we go. Yes. And all the time, God is good. Okay. Y'all got it. Good. I was trying to move too fast. Welcome to a Thursday night edition of SheLovesThee. This is a special early signing day class of 2025. This is going to be part 2. I'm basically going to go over some of the recruits that dropped today. We're going to look at some of their film, talk about their background. I see some folks already in the chat letting us know where they think we need to pick up some more recruits from, some more commits. Let me see how this looks. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not bad. You'll have to excuse my voice. Ever since we won and I was hollering, I done lost my voice and it's been a struggle to get it back. But I think we're going to have a good time tonight, just because it was exciting that out of the blue, all of these different young men decided to commit to Jackson State, and it kind of caused the internet to come into a frenzy. But, you know, deep diving and researching some of these young men, I'm going to go ahead and stick with what I've been saying, which is that there is a method to the recruiting of some of these young men. This is the new blueprint. Pay close attention to these young men, because you'll see coaching trees. You'll see the state of Mississippi is really on the map in terms of returning home to represent your state, whether these young men were at other schools in the state of Mississippi or at some of these SEC programs. They're coming back home. So I'm going to check the chat once more. Y'all put in the chat what grade that you want to give Coach TC and his coaching staff so far on recruiting. I'm doing a poll. Hey, Miqua. What's up, Tiger Nation? They say honey is good for that. And you know what? I have all of it. I have the peppermint tea. I have everything. Half the people who went to the game are sick, including me. I just found out I have COVID, but I'm doing okay. Oh, Lord. Not Mr. Max. Don't forget the million. Feel better, Mr. Maximilian, but welcome. So, look, I'm right where y'all are at. South Carolina folks gave everyone the COVID. Listen, I don't think that I have COVID. I'm praying I don't. But I will say that it was definitely something in the air. My whole voice got to. My whole voice. God said, give me that right quick. You know, I'm a loud talker. I talk a lot of noise. And so me not having my voice, it does kind of hurt a little bit. So now I got to let the memes do the talking, not me. So I saw, I'm going to go ahead and put that up here. Unstoppable 25 points out the viewership. So before we get started, we're going to let a couple more people come in here. You are not lying. 2024 Cricket Celebration Bowl on ABC up 37%. It peaked at 2.6 million viewers. That is so excellent, right? So excellent. So it just speaks volumes to the success of the Celebration Bowl, right? And you can place our bowl game against several other bowl games that took place on that weekend. Like, we don't even have to compare ourselves to FCS, which, you know, I could do that as well in terms of viewership. But I wanted to look at the Group of Five bowl games that are taking place. And what I saw was that attendance-wise, we had better attendance than some of these bowl games. In terms of the FCS playoffs, when it comes to viewership and attendance, we have more viewers than them. The quarterfinals, which is Idaho versus Montana State, was on ESPN. They had 738,000 viewers. Incarnate Word and South Dakota State on ESPN had 905,000 viewers. Mercer and North Dakota State was on ABC, just like Jackson State versus South Carolina State, and they pulled in 1.4 million viewers. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And Brother Bakari points out that in terms of all of the FCS playoffs and all of the Group of Five bowl games, we've outdone every bowl game in attendance. And I think that that is something that should be looked at. I know a lot of people were comparing Celebration Bowl attendance from this year to 2022, 2023. And you know, that is something that you can do, but also looking at the other bowl games, and these are FBS teams, and seeing that you're outdrawing them by a lot, it really speaks volumes to the popularity of this particular bowl game. Do I feel like we could increase the amount of people that were there? Yes. But when we look at how well this bowl game was put together, there was just small things that I saw that it mattered. So one of those things was like the signage, the locker rooms. They literally had Jackson State signage, South Carolina State signage. It looked like Jackson State was literally painted on the wall in some spots where the football players were going in terms of their locker room or entrance to their locker room. So, yeah. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to look over before we get into this signing day class, because I feel like it's very imperative that we learn a little bit about it. I'm still in the research stages, but I did find someone who is able to basically communicate what this JUCO signing, or excuse me, the JUCO ruling means. So Diego, I don't know how to say his last name, Pavia, I think is his last name. He filed basically a lawsuit. And the lawsuit basically was, hey, can I get my JUCO years back? You know, can I get those back? And so the court ruling basically says that now you can have your 4 full years of eligibility even after you've played JUCO for 2 years. And a lot of people are saying, oh, this is going to hurt the high school kids. This is going to hurt the high school kids. And all I'm thinking is the transfer portal has already hurt high school kids, right? And a lot of folks are choosing the route of getting kids that are already developed. But I'm going to let everybody watch this video. It's about 5 minutes long, but it basically explains what the lawsuit is about and how it will affect JUCOs, how it will affect players who ran out of eligibility, but they came from a JUCO. And then we will start the early signing day class. We have 5 young men that all dropped their commitments today. And so I was able to put together all 5 of those young men, find some of their huddles, find their stats, and where they're from. And so we'll look at that. But I wanted us to go ahead and look at this explaining basically what the lawsuit means and how it will affect JUCOs or just college football, period.
All right, man. Listen, Diego Pavia has filed suit, and the court case was ruled on, and apparently junior college eligibility will not count against your 4-year eligibility. This is a huge issue. A lot of people out here are liking it. Right now that I'm looking into it, as the same day the national championship, Hutch versus Iowa Western, is being played, this rule has come down. And listen, a lot of people on social media are tagging me because of my JUCO association. But listen, I'll be breaking this down tomorrow on the Coach AB show with Big Smitty. I don't like it right now. I think it's going to implode high school recruiting even further. It'll implode JUCO. This is the beginning of the end of junior college as we know it. And I don't believe the NCAA, the non-caring assholes of America, again, have not forward thought this. They're making these haste decisions to enhance the portal, which will eventually dry out. And you will need fresh blood in high school and JUCO kids. So this is going to eliminate Division I transfers to bounce back into JUCO, which used to be the portal as we knew it. Now it's the portal that sits there with 6,000 kids in it. Mind you, there's only 131 Division I playing schools, so do the math. These kids are sitting there for no reason. Now you can go JUCO for 2 years. It doesn't count against your eligibility. Is that a good or a bad thing? First of all, can you redshirt in JUCO? Does it count? Are they going to eliminate transfer courses? So I can see the NCAA eliminating transfer classes from junior college to the 4-year level. This is a huge issue. I'm reading into it as we speak, but as of right now, I don't believe the NCAA has forward thought this. I believe this is another huge, grave mistake. I believe high school recruitment will die. I believe that junior college will implode even further, and you will not have a junior college national championship in the next few years. You're going to have more of a developmental league. And unless you're a hustler like myself, are you going to create some sort of pipeline to, let's say, a Bill Belichick at North Carolina, where I'm just sending developmental stage players to him to basically play and then get ready for the NFL? I don't know, but this seems to be a huge oversight, in my opinion. Again, the NCAA has the lack of foresight. They don't look forward and think this thing through. This can eliminate football as we know it going forward. Play your games. If you go JUCO, you win JUCO for a reason. Now you're going to play 6 years. I don't want to see 8th-year players at the 4-year level. This is why the NFL quarterback position is so bad. We don't develop anymore. We're just allowing these kids to go from school to school to school to school, chasing a bag. This is just enhancing the portal. it's a bad decision as of today, which is the day of this ruling. So we'll have to look back at it in a year and really look at it and say, what was it done for? But as of today, right now, as this ruling has come out, I think it's a bad one, man. So many great junior college players have came through the pipeline, from Aaron Rodgers to Cam Newton to John Madden to you name it. And they played their 2 years. They went to 4-year level and they played, and then they went on. Now we're going to give them 6, 7, 8 years. Seems to be a joke and a mockery in my point of view. But anyway, we'll be breaking this down tomorrow on the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Stay tuned. But a lot of things are going on. It's the wild, wild west, man. Strap in. Peace.
Okay, so that was just a little bit on the JUCO settlement. JUCOs have always been a developmental league, always. So he said that it'll implode the JUCO, but if I'm looking at it, instead of these young kids sitting here just sitting on the bench at some of these Power 5 schools, which is what they've been doing, the rosters have been limited to 105 players. So that means that you really need all 105 of your players to play. So I'm thinking this was basically a way to get kids moving in. It's still in football. You have so much going on. So this JUCO settlement is one thing. The 105 limit is another thing. Co-pilot says that he imagines that the NCAA will appeal it. So we'll see if the NCAA pushes back on it or not. I will say this. Number one, high school students have already been affected by the transfer portal and COVID. It took them, I want to say this is probably the 4th year. This is the last year where people were using their COVID eligibility. So high school students have been affected with COVID. JUCOs have always been a developmental league. Always. If anything, this would send more talent to JUCOs. So I have some things that I want to pick his brain about, just because he's saying that it's not good for football. Now, I do understand the thing where it's 8 years, but we'll just have to see. So, all right. Let me see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these young men. We're going to look at some of their film. I'm going to drop the link probably in about 15 to 20 minutes, just because I want to make sure that I'm getting through these young men first before I open up the link. Excited. Once again, these are the recruits that dropped today. If you're interested in seeing the part 1 special, you can look at that. That was the first signing class. That was the early signing class. A lot of those were high school students. It was a great coverage as far as what type of recruits committed for early signing day. This is the second part, and it's only exclusive to kids that dropped today. I did, and I want to thank, and you know who you are, those of you that helped me to compile and make sure that I had all of the correct young men for today. Thank you so much for helping me. And let's go ahead and get it cracking. I'm going to have to take this out again. All right. So the first one that we're going to go to is Levi. It could be Levi. Is it Levi or Levi? I think it's Levi. Levi Wyatt. He's from transfer from McNeese State. And before y'all get on me about whether or not, I'm confused about a couple of things, okay? So here's the reason why I'm confused. So the reason why I'm confused is because they have Levi listed as a quarterback on 247 Sports. So I was a little confused about that. I mean, he's listed as a 3-star, but he's listed as a quarterback. So it was a little confusing. Quarterback and free safety. So I'm guessing when it came to picking which one he felt like he wanted to pick, I'm guessing he picked free safety or defensive back. Levi. Got it. Levi. 6'1" and 190 pounds. So let's talk about McNeese State. It's interesting that we're seeing Levi coming into coming from McNeese State. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we see folks from the SWAC go to McNeese State. So his hometown is Byron, Mississippi, which once again, I'm going to reiterate as I have been for the past couple of weeks. This is a different type of blueprint here. This is what we call hometown here. Come back and play for your city or your for the hometown, right? Levi. Dre, leave me alone. Dre, leave me alone, please. I'm trying to concentrate. All right. So he is a defensive back. His high school is Hillcrest Christian. 6'1", 190 pounds. His previous school was, of course, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. He is the 2024 preseason All-Southland Conference second team, 2004 Field Steel preseason All-Southland Conference third team. So he ended up being on the second team, but he was preseason third team. In his sophomore year, he's a starter in 10 games, recorded 13 tackles, 9 of these solo, led the team with 7 pass breakups, ranking at third most in the Southland Conference, season high 3 tackles at Florida, Southeastern, broke up 2 passes at Alcorn State and at Texas A&M Commerce. I think that's what that stands for. Okay, so it is true. Levi was a quarterback. Crazy, right? So let me show you his 247. Levi Wyatt, quarterback, 6'1", 175. So he was ranked a 3-star. It's interesting because here it has Holmes County Central and Lexington, Mississippi. I said Levi. Levi, you get Dre because he's on it. Okay, so you guys see that? He is a quarterback. Let's talk about his high school stats. As a senior, he completed 84 of 153 passes for 1,226 yards, 14 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, ran 20 times for 150 yards and 1 touchdown. So anyway, did you guys see that? This young man, of course, he plays as a defensive back, but he was also a quarterback in school. Crazy, right? Yeah. So yes, this young man is coming home Levi. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me see if I can pull up his. Some of these young men, they don't have no huddle because they was just in. And when I say in, I mean like there's some type of connection that they had in the program, or they knew somebody, or like I said, these coaching circles, they run really, really deep. And what I mean by that is like they just have the ability to contact somebody and say, hey, do you remember me when X, Y, and Z? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So they don't, I'm not saying that they didn't submit film to coaches, but as far as like them having, they don't have. But I do have some huddles of some of the young men. And we're going to have to stay tuned. Yes, networking, utilizing your coaching tree, basically. So welcome home, Levy. We're excited to see you. Yes, that's why I was like, is this the same young man? I was looking up the information on the huddle, or excuse me, not the huddle, the 247 sports. And so right now he's listed as a 3-star. Sometimes they don't update the stuff, of course, but yes. So Levi, I didn't say it. I said it incorrectly. I thought it was Levi. I said Levi. Anyway, next, Khamauri Rogers. Please tell me I didn't forget the D in Rogers. All right, we're moving on. Thank you, Levi. Okay, so Khamauri Rogers. Does anybody want to tell us the story in the chat? Does anybody know Kamari's dad's name? Because I don't know his name, but I do know that the 1996 Jackson State football roster. Let's look at that. So, 1996 Jackson State football team was led by fifth-year head coach James Carson. The Tigers compiled an overall record of 10-2 and a mark of 6-1 in conference play and finished as SWAC co-champion. Jackson State finished their season with a loss against William and Mary in the Division I AA playoffs. Listen to this, y'all. This is so funny because everybody's been talking about it, but listen to this. It says, at the end of the season, the Tigers were recognized as Black College National Champion. Did you hear that? All right. Yeah. So they beat Alabama State that year 40-0 at the Labor Day Classic on Legion Field. We had the Southern Heritage Classic versus Tennessee State. We beat them 21-14. Attendance was 55,212 people. Guess what? In September 21st, 1996, we played Florida A&M in Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. We beat them 16-9 in front of 38,500. September 28th, we played Valley and we beat them 39-13. October 5th, we played Texas Southern and we beat them 31-14. Lord have mercy. They got this in red. October 19th at Southern, we played Sutton in Mumford and we lost 16-27. Damn. October 26th at Grambling State in Eddie G. Robinson's Memorial Stadium, we beat Grambling Tigers 52-0 in front of 8,000 folks. November 2nd at Arkansas Pine Bluff, we beat them 31-10. November 9th, we played Central State and we beat them 41-14. Good God, this is abysmal. November 16th, we played Prairie View. We beat them 76-20. Y'all, do you know how many people were at the stadium? Only 4,000 people. I didn't even know we could have only 4,000 people. Wait, they said that I got the... Khamauri obviously is not 300 pounds. Been paying attention to none of you guys. I'm sorry. Lord, I hope I have all these other weights correct. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. So everybody's right except for him. Let me see. That's right. That's obviously wrong. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Oh my God. Y'all leave me alone. Y'all leave me alone. I'm not, and you know what's funny? I'm literally reading off the stats for 1996 because I'm trying to figure out there's some method to my madness as to why I am naming off these stats, right? Because Khamauri Rogers' dad was a Jackson State football player in the 1996 team. That's what I was doing, but I was reading this because it was interesting. November 23rd, we played Alcorn State and we beat them 27-17. So in 1996, we must not have had a SWAC championship game because I don't see one on here. Damn, that must be when Prairie View didn't have any scholarships. They were 0-7 that year. Alabama State was 2-5. Grambling was 2-5. Alcorn was 3-4 in conference play. Valley was 5-2. Damn, Valley was good that year. Valley had an overall record of 7-4 in 1996. All right. Anyway, did somebody drop Khamauri's dad's name? Why y'all over here making fun of me? I'm gonna go change that. Y'all are over here talking noise. Change that. Y'all may embarrass me. And it only take a second. All right. Why did it say he was 300 pounds? Now you know he is not 300. I think he's 180. Thank God for Canva, right? Let me change that because y'all not finna be janking on me. Hopefully somebody will have told me by now who is Khamauri Rogers' pappy because there is the link. Marcus Rogers. There we go. Y'all got me messed up. If you think y'all are gonna be janking on me, remove, present, slides. You got the right one. Let me get this information right. I'm embarrassed. I don't want y'all over here saying I done gave out some misinformation. We got a 300-pound defensive back. All right. Yes. Oh my God, they are so petty. And that's why I'm about to correct it. I'm not letting it slide. Levi and 300 pounds. Listen, my son had basketball practice today. There we go. Boom. Correct. How you gonna fix it? I just did. You see how quickly I fixed that? You see how quickly I fixed it? That's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm gonna fix it. So it's fixed now. Did y'all hear Alabama State's defensive coordinator is leaving to go to UAB? He made it big time, Willie! 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 He go! Willie! Allegedly, Alabama State's defensive coordinator is going, you know what? I'm not going to laugh. The same thing that'll make you laugh will make you cry. So, all right, we got it right. So here we go. So everybody wants to know, well, you know, what is the link to Khamauri? Well, the link is his pappy. First of all, he is the AD of the Holmes County School District, and he's a head football coach. And he is the Jackson State University 96 SWAC champion, and he's an HBCU national champion. He used to be, I want to say, a former Vicksburg High School football coach. He coached Marcus Rogers. He was actually a former head coach at Jackson State. His career started as a wide receiver tight end coach at Jackson State University for 2 years, and he's been coaching for about roughly 8 years. But anyway, y'all see that? So he's bringing his son back into the fold. Right. So we're excited. Let me read out Khamauri's stats from Mississippi State. And also, we can just go ahead and pull this up, that Khamauri Rogers, out of high school, is a bona fide 4-star DB cornerback. I don't want to see. I think he plays corner. Let me see. Lord, don't let me get it wrong. They're gonna correct me in the chat. It has him at cornerback. So yeah, he was ranked a 93 as a prospect, number 5 in Mississippi, 159 nationally, 23rd at the cornerback position. Yes. He was evaluated in 2021. And so they've been looking after him since he was in high school. Yeah. As far as his production at Mississippi State, as we know, there's a lot of folks from Mississippi State that actually left, right? I'm not seeing that much production at Mississippi State. Let me look at the community college. So, and he was also at Miami for a little bit, it looks like. As a freshman, he was at University of Miami. He's a 4-star prospect. I'll just read some of his stuff, which we know how it is at the Power 5 level. Usually when you're a freshman or sophomore, you're getting developed. So consensus 4-star prospect by all major scouting service, selected to play in the Under Armour All-American game, checked in as number 41 overall player in the nation, rated number 6 quarterback and number 3 player in state by ESPN, listed as number 102 national prospect by 247 composite rankings. He was Clarion Ledger's Danzy Dozen entering 2021. He picked Miami over offers from Auburn, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Texas A&M, among others. And like, this is one thing that you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of the SEC players moving to FCS. You're going to see a lot of FCS players trying to go to the SEC. The SEC players are coming down to get more playing time. The FCS players are moving up, because they're either trying to get an NIL deal or they're trying to make it at the big level. And so they did say Mississippi State was pitiful this past season. I think one of the things that we can highlight is that a lot of these kids that are in state that are going to like an Ole Miss or a Mississippi State or a USM, or Mississippi College, who recently disbanded their football program, what they're looking at is in the state of Mississippi, Ole Miss has not went to a championship. Mississippi State has not went to a championship. Jackson State or USM has not went to a championship. Where can you go in the state of Mississippi and know that you're going to get a championship and that you're going to be on the main stage? And Jackson State gives big main character energy, right? The Celebration Bowl had over peaked at 2.6 million viewers. Where can I go in the state of Mississippi where I know that I'm going to get developed? I'm going to be on primetime TV. I'm not going to lie, Jackson State's media team, shout out and kudos to Austin and the team for basically putting Jackson State on the map in terms of showing these recruits or people who might be looking and seeing how dope it is to play at Jackson State, right? They see the chartered flights. They see the trips that are taken. They see the hard work. They see everything from the Celebration Bowl. Brother Bakari, I can't turn commercials off during my lives. How I'm going to make some money? Yes, JSU's media team. And then not even just JSU media team. You can also look at the HBCU realm as a whole, who are pushing Jackson State, keeping that brand in the algorithm. Jackson State looks like, oh, okay, this looks like a place where I want to be. You can watch the 15-second commercial and then you hit the skip button. That's how I get paid. I get donations, more donations, and then I get revenue from YouTube. That's my check that I get on the 20th. I don't have to wait 60 to 90 days to get paid. YouTube pays every month on the 21st, 20th, or 21st. Every month like clockwork. So, okay. Yes. Jackson State. Man. So Khamauri Rogers is I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Have you guys counted how many players are from the state of Mississippi here that dropped today? Have you counted? Yazoo City. If you are in the state of Mississippi, shout out to, let me get what county you're repping. Shout out to what county you repping. And they see the ring. Ring me. Not one ring, two rings. And depending on how long you've been on the team, you got 5 or 6 rings. How many rings does K1 have? 1, 2, 3, 4. K1 has 4 rings. 4. 3 SWAC championship rings, 1 national HBCU champion ring. And then 3 SWAC East titles. SWAC East, because they get a trophy for that. 3 SWAC champion. So that's 3, 6. And then you get the Celebration Bowl. So that's 7. These young men are from all over. DeSoto County, Highlands County, Grenada County, Simpson, Forest. So Amarion Brown. Oh, wait, y'all. I found Khamauri's. It's his old huddle, but if y'all will look at it, okay. So we're gonna look at his old huddle. Yeah, just so you can see that he's like that. There's a reason why he's a bona fide 4-star coming out of high school. So we're gonna look at it while I'm over here talking mess about all these rings. But look, see, even they have ads. Yeah, Jackson State makes it look, the SWAC look good. Who else with 4 rings like K5? Maybe Kirk Ford has 4. I think Kirk came. There ain't too many. Everybody else came after, right? Oh, interception. Did he run it back for a pick 6? Pick 6. Khamauri Rogers, pick 6. Five rings if you give the one for SWAC East. Like, oh yeah, Jeremiah, Jency. There's a couple. Jency was actually recruited by TC. He'll tell you in one of his interviews. He let it be known TC is the one that recruited him. Mike, stop clowning me. Thank you, Mike, for the donation. He said Jackson State's first school to have a 300-pound defensive back. Ooh, Lord. Oh, got me over here sounding like Coach Chennisberry Jr. with my voice. I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is kind of raspy. So anyway, Khamauri is like that, you know? And that type of talent is something that we need. This is an instant impact recruit, right? When I think about our DBs and the coverage, man, they did an amazing, amazing job at the Celebration Bowl. We do lose Rob McDaniel. We lost him, of course, as he's graduating. And who else are we losing at the DB cornerback position or safety? I want to say Isaias is pending, depending on whether or not he gets his extra year. We'll also, I think, Shamar Hawkins went into the portal recently. So we are reloading at the DB position. So Khamauri is a former 4-star, bona fide. His ranking was 93. Defensive big back. Did you see that interception, y'all? Why y'all over here clowning me? Stop clowning me. Oh, he plays special teams too. No wonder why he was ranked a 4-star. He played special teams. And so if you guys are seeing that, he's playing. Lost 25 to the portal. Who lost 25 to the portal? Coach Perry, who lost 25 to the portal? Oh, okay. You're talking about Shamar Hawkins. We lost number 25. Okay, Shamar Hawkins. Yes. How many hit the portal? I don't know. I think it's less than 5. We would love for you to stay and run it back. But if you're thinking about going to the portal, can you please go ahead and go so that we can fill up that position? We got business to handle. The train has left the station and we're not selling any more tickets. I've only seen about 5, less than 5. Shamar Hawkins, Tyus Martin, I don't know about the other ones. Yes, thank you. Oh, Joshua Nobles hit the portal. All right. So listen, bona fide. That is what you call grade A talent. Let me go ahead. Mr. Homegrown Ass Whipping checked in. But based upon just the few recruits that we've had over the last couple weeks, and we're not even at regular signing day.
Y'all hired some homegrown talent. I'm proud of Jackson State. Everybody give me a round of applause. Everybody just give me a round of applause. They hired some homegrown talent. And got a homegrown ass whooping.
Dang, you don't even want to play.
Y'all hired some homegrown talent. I'm proud of Jackson State. Everybody give me a round of applause. Everybody just give me a round of applause.
Homegrown talent messed up my video because it does not want to play, y'all.
Y'all hired some homegrown talent. I'm proud of Jackson State. Everybody give me a round of applause. Everybody just give me a round of applause. They hired some homegrown talent. And got a homegrown ass whooping. That's a homemade ass whooping. That ass whooping from scratch. Okay? That ass whooping went out the box. That ass whooping came from scratch. Them folks told you last.
Curse my video. I'm gonna have to reload it. Amarion Brown. I'm not gonna act up today, but later on in this week, I will start tagging 247 Sports to make sure that they upgrade these young men and place them with Jackson State. before they mess up the ranking, right? Before they decide to change it from a 3-star to a 2-star, before they try to do 82 and change it to 79, I will be tagging 247 Sports. There's no reason why these young men should not be updated, and that Jackson State gets their correct ranking. I'm not trying to brag or boast, but Jackson State has 5 3-stars that are currently ranked as 3-stars on 247 Sports. Like, they're currently ranked as 3-stars. 5 minimum. So this is Amarion Brown, and he's 6'1", 175 pounds, and he hails from Yazoo City, Mississippi. Or no, Yazoo, Mississippi, goes to Yazoo City High School, the Yazoo City Indians. A little bit about Mr. Amarion Brown. I thought it was interesting, right, that we're still getting a lot of high school talent. And that's why I said this is a totally different game plan that Coach TC has in mind in terms of recruiting. So what do I see? I see that he's getting homegrown talent from the state of Mississippi, and then he's utilizing some of the coaching tree in terms of, like, for instance, Callie James, he's bringing in some talent. Javancy Jones is bringing in some talent. You have Coach Ramirez catching some big offensive linemen out in Texas. So they're utilizing them from all over. But the talent that they're bringing in from the state of Mississippi, good God. And Amarion Brown is ranked as a bona fide 3-star. And I have some highlights for you. He's listed as a wide receiver and a cornerback on his huddle, which is why I guess it's ATH. I'm going to leave that show every time she plays the video. Dre, why? He doesn't like when I play homegrown talent. All right. So let's take a look at Amarion Brown. We're going to take a look at him as a wide receiver and as a corner. Speedster, which is exactly what we need. Fast, speed, ability to run routes. Mind you, we have 4 of our best receivers on Jackson State's team didn't even get to play because they got for the whole season because they got injured. Did he catch that? Oh, wow. This is what we need. Oh, yeah. He's got the speed and everything. Looks like he has some great agility and acceleration. And mind you, some of our freshmen played impact minutes right away at our skilled players and at the offensive line. What about little Travis? Little Travis is like 2027. He's got some years. What do you guys think about Amarion Brown? Oh, you see him shaking him? And then he went back to get it. Mind you, you guys haven't even seen the y'all haven't even seen who we got put up on the shelf. Dang, that looked like a Madden game or like where you try to tackle and you go like this and you miss the player. I like it. Looks like he's a taller receiver, right? So one of the things that we look at is of course he's 6'1", which means he could possibly grow another inch or two. He's 6'2", 6'2" and a half, 6'3". You know, they have their last little growth spurt. Um, that's an advantage whenever you have matchups in which your catch can be contested, as we saw against um, Fertillion this past weekend. We saw like him being 6'5" and that catch radius that he had, it was no match uh, for the defender that was put on him. He has great speed. Looks like he's got good route running and he's catching the balls, right? Who is this that we are watching? So, the young man that we are currently watching is Amarion Brown. He is from Yazoo City High School, Yazoo, Mississippi. He is currently ranked on 247 Sports as a 3-star. He's currently 175 pounds, 6'1". Yeah. ATH means he can make plays all over the field. Yeah, on his actual huddle, he is listed as a two-way player. But it looks like for the most part in his actual huddle, he's it looks like he they're gonna put him in the weight room, put some weight on him, of course. Put some weight on him. All right, next up we have Quincy Ivory from Florida. Now, I know you guys were talking about in the chat earlier about the need for edge rushers. So this hails from Florida. And so now I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this first poll, which my question was grade Jackson State's early signing day class. Out of 266 votes, 73% of you guys had voted, or 72% as an A and 20% as a B. So 92% The D or F was 2%. I'm pretty sure those were probably not people from Jackson State, or just, they're just contrarians. Okay, which position do you think we need more recruits? Wide receivers, defensive backs. So we're going to put the defensive backs, corners, and safeties in the same, basically the secondary. Linebackers, defensive line, offensive line. I'm gonna put offensive line and defensive line together because you can only have 4. You could only have 4 picks. So I just released our next poll, which is, which position do you think we need more recruits for? Like, where do we need to reload at? This right here, I feel like, first of all, we all know that our defensive line coach, Callie James, he came from Florida. He was a graduate assistant. His second season with the Gators as the defensive line graduate assistant. He joined the program in 2022 after spending 2 previous seasons as a defensive line coach for Land Christian Academy and 1 year as a defensive line coach intern at South Carolina. Coach James played 4 years, 2016 to 2019, at Tuskegee University. He played in all 43 games, including being a 4-year starter at defensive tackle. He's a native of Riverdale, Georgia. So anyway, Callie James was a graduate assistant coach at Florida. And Quincy Ivory entered into the portal, and Callie James was able to pluck him out of the portal and bring him to Jackson State. So and we pick up Ivory of Florida. He's from Spring, Texas. What about South Carolina? What about South Carolina, Russell? What about South Carolina? South Carolina who? State? Linebackers are good. I think we need more cornerbacks, safeties, and wide receivers. Mind you, we still have Kobe Paul, Rico Powers, Fabian McCray, and Taquan Henderson at the wide receiver that didn't play this season. Or no, Taquan Henderson played some. I want to say Kobe Paul, Rico Powers, and Fabian McCray. They all played early on in the season. So we do have some receivers. Couldn't find that tall wide receiver we got earlier in the year. I'm not sure either who that was that we got. See if I could find it. We have some wide receivers. And like you said, Fertillium will be back. We have linebackers. We have a lot of linebackers, actually. Let me show y'all. This is from signing day 1. Defensive tackle, Wayne Patterson. He's a high school recruit. Keith Bass Jr. is a linebacker. Jamal Gollins is a inside offensive lineman. So we're rebuilding at the offensive line. Jamarian Davis is a linebacker too. And this is another linebacker as well. We got a lot of linebackers coming through. That's not even, those linebackers are mostly high school. So as you can see, Coach TC in the early signing day period is going ahead and getting the high school recruits out the way. Once you get the high school recruits out the way, when we actually have national signing day, you're not going to have a big explosion of signees because they've already done the majority of the work in the early signing day period. So national signing day, it would basically be plug and play. So anybody else that enters into the transfer portal, if we need to pick some others up, because what we want to happen is a lot of these young men who are committing now are actually going to be with us in January. Who do we have at tight end other than Gency? Marvin Landy, I don't know if he has another year. Sebastian St. Louis is at tight end. And let me see who else we have at tight end. Landy is leaving, I think. Okay. So if Landy is leaving, are you sure he doesn't have an extra? Does he have an extra year? I ain't seen nothing that said he was leaving. Darren Bennett, Derek Scott. Derek Scott is from Clinton, Mississippi. Darren Bennett, Marvin Landy, Sebastian St. Louis, and Gency Riley. We need a new quarterback. Who are you? Do you not know who's in the quarterback room? You need to go do some research on who is in the quarterback room. We do not need any more quarterbacks. I mean, if you want to add one, that's fine, but we don't need any more. Like, our quarterback room, as long as we don't lose anybody, our quarterback room is solid. There are several quarterbacks that could start at any SWAC school or MEAC school. Landy, let me see. Marvin Landy is listed as a senior. That does not mean he doesn't have an additional year. Because on here he's listed as a senior. Oh, this might be his last year. He played at Florida Atlantic for 2 seasons, and he played at Tarleton State for 2 seasons. So, yep, they said Landy has another year. You did not have to watch the whole ad, Miss Gina. When it does the 15 seconds and it says skip, you can skip it. I can't remember all the names announced at homecoming. Well, on here, on paper, this would be his 5th year unless he redshirt one of those years. But it does say he played 2 years at Florida Atlantic. It says he played 2 years at Tarleton. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. That might be YouTube doing all that extra. That's not me. Don't blame me. All right, y'all. What do we think about this class? I don't know about you, but I'm excited for a repeat. Like, I'm excited because I feel like it's us and then nobody else. It's unbalanced. Here's where we are and nobody else. Okay, I'm dropping the link so y'all can come up and tell me about today's recruits. Oh, Miss Gina, when it says skip, you can skip it. That means you've watched enough of it. B plus. Come up here and tell me what'll make it better. Who will make it better? Because I'm trying to. Okay, so you have Prairie View, who has not announced their head coach yet. Who else is missing a head coach? Valley's missing their coach. Alabama A&M is missing their coach. And yeah, Max, come up here. Oh, y'all asking for Max now. We got Ethan. See, folks don't even know. Ethan Terrell is a dog, okay? And not only that, we have Quavion, Ziggy. We got that Louisville luggage. Devin Love is from Louisville High School too. Man, we got so many different it's crazy. So let me go through right now. We're going to go through the roster of what we have. Now, this is not 100%. Like you said, the portal is ever changing, right? And some of these young men, they have family situations. They have things that are going on that would coax them into going into the portal, and they have to make the best choice available for them. As of right now, oh, it said Marvin Landy might have a COVID year. All right, so we got Travis Terrell, of course, freshman All-American, freshman of the year for the SWAC. Jeremiah Williams, he is, I want to say he did end up getting acknowledged in postseason as All-American, even though the SWAC messed up and did not nominate him for all SWAC awards. Jeremiah, Lexington, Mississippi. Okay, and then we have Rico Powers. Rico Powers did receive a medical red shirt for this year. K5, that is his last year of eligibility. And as you all know, he was first team. Congratulations to K5. It was announced today that he did receive an HBCU Legacy Bowl invite. They announced that. Finally, so he'll be at the Legacy Bowl. Number 2, Janelle Dupree from Philadelphia, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. As you all know, Mr. Ford always talks about Marcus Dupree. E6 applied for a waiver for his lost year, so we'll see if he gets another year of eligibility. And look, here's the thing. When it comes to retaining talent, you're able to retain talent a lot better when you're winning, right? When you win the national championship, especially for some of these younger guys, right? When you're winning in the first year, you're able to retain your talent a little bit better. You mean to tell me you went to the SWAC championship and you went and won the HBCU national championship in the first year? I know that Rob McDaniel was on the Senior Bowl watch list, but I did not see him get an actual invite. I saw him on the preseason watch list. As you know, of course, Robert McDaniel, he is exiting. He's graduating. So that's a really big key player that we need to fill in. But we have Khamauri Rogers coming in, and we have some other talented DBs. And like you guys said, we might also be recruiting some others. At the quarterback, of course, Taquan Henderson is from Canton, Mississippi. He's from the same place that Jacobian's from. Taquan Henderson. He will be back. He suffered an injury. True Thompson. It says he's only listed as a junior here. I wish they listed eligibility on a roster. Right. We know Irv is gone. But when I tell you our running back room, there's Kobe Boykin, Nate Blount. Who else? We just got the where's Jeremy? Did I do him? We got a running back today. Let me see, did I do Jeremiah Wilson Jr. from Lanier High School? Do him. I don't remember doing him. Ahmad Miller. Yes. Ahmad Miller is also here. Did I do him? Jeremiah Wilson Jr. is from Lanier High School. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. 5'10", 200 pounds. Let me pull his stuff up. This is a running back right here. Mind you, we got Nate Blount last year. He redshirt. He played in a couple of games, but he redshirt. Kobe Boykin also. So I'm sorry, I just don't. Let me tell you about Jeremiah Wilson, okay, and his stats. Crazy stats. This is one of those young men that you just know he's going to have 1,000-yard rushing season. Then you have Nate Blount as well. 5'10", 200 pounds, running back. I am so sorry, y'all. How I forgot that one, because when I tell you his stats are ridiculous. It was True's last year. Okay, because True was injured. I want to say he was injured, so. What's up?
What's up, baby?
The Max. Why are they over here? They want you to come up here dead or alive.
I done told these folks I'm in the upper room.
Well, they want to hear your commentary from the upper room, I guess.
Baby, I got COVID. Jesus was at my window last night.
Jesus was at your window?
He's out there saying, upper room. No. Somebody gave me COVID down there. But I'm fine.
You was all in Atlanta, all in everybody's face. I was in my room.
Man, I'm out on this medication. And it's a legal medication.
Okay. How did you catch COVID?
I don't know if I know I caught it. I wouldn't have caught it.
All at the Jackson State alumni party.
I
Buying
think I got it.
everybody.
I think I got it from Ken. He coughed one time, and I've been sick ever since. I'm for real. That's the only person that coughed around me the whole night. I ain't gonna blame it on Ken though. I live an ungodly life, so I might have caught it from anybody.
Max, you made Kobe turn the fireplace off.
But Kobe, all right. No, me and Kobe. Well, everybody leave Kobe alone. The
Okay,
Reverend is dealing with Kobe.
How did you know that it was going to be a belt-to-ass situation? I mean, I've been seeing you on everybody else's podcast, but I really want to know, how did you know? You look like you're sweating. You've been drinking water.
Nah, I tell you I'm sick. I really am. If y'all don't see me no more, baby, I'm 54. The room is near. You can't fight the room. I'm joking. Go ahead. Now, what you finna say? Excuse me. I tell y'all I'm sick. I'm on call. How did I know?
Let me go get a mask.
No, you will know. How did I?
Let me go get a face mask.
You know how I know, baby? Because I'm from Mississippi. I bleed blue. I'm a Jacktown Jew.
You a Jacktown Jew?
You can't catch COVID over the phone. Now, you might catch a lot of stuff. You might catch some feelings, but you ain't gonna catch COVID. Well, let's get to the point I want to say it. No, because I knew who South Carolina was. They shouldn't have beat us the first time. It's almost like when your team is a better team. I just believe in Jackson State. We got some dogs. We got some grown ass men. Did you see that game? What's my name? My boy Williams.
Jeremiah Williams.
I am so proud of him. When he was doing that jiggle, that boy is a beast. That boy, I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. If he don't go to the NFL, I ain't watching no more NFL football. That boy is NFL all the way through. And you ever seen he's such a nice character? He's a nice person, but when he put that helmet on, he's a whole different person.
Oh yeah. I got a chance to interview him at Radio Row. And him and Evan Henry were talking about it. And they were talking about
I met him at the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You over there spreading COVID, meeting all the players and stuff too.
Well, I had to meet him now. I got to give, I got to look around, see what happened. I'm trying to see what's happening with them J6. See if anybody needs some pocket change.
What is wrong with you?
I told him I'm on medication. I'm sick. You got to pray for me. I'm joking, y'all. Now, I got daughters that age. I am really joking. I have a sense of humor. I think y'all probably figured that out by now. But no, I was really proud of him. I didn't get to say nothing about no discipline. That's what everybody always say I say. But clearly the message got to them.
They said that we will hear about no discipline.
Them boys played the way that game should have played. Everything they did was right. Them referees need to be outlawed from calling the game for us again. When you got players out there playing for the championship, don't cheat the boys. Give them what they deserve. And that old whatever, the one that salute the military, he better not never make me catch him in Jacktown. That ain't a threat. That's a promise. Boy, we gonna get the rolling. I don't appreciate that, bro.
Uncle Willie, you thought that those were touchdowns that they called back?
Oh yeah, I thought both of them was touchdowns. First of all, on the pick six, the sick pickle, his arms was inside the shoulder blade. So
with his fist balled up.
Yeah, with his fist. Yeah, and the guy that never indicated was being holding. I'm gonna tell you what it looked like, Brother Maximilian. If you look at the game again, the boy had his head down in the man's chest. He was avoiding the tackle. He waited until the guy got right behind him before he released, where it looked like he tried to go and tackle him. He wasn't looking for no holding call. He was just looking to duck up out of that, being engaged in that tackle. I mean, I know because I done actually played sports and I actually been a child before. I know what scaredness looked like in an opponent. I mean, anyway,
Well,
this is what I want to say. Huh?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
That and the punt return, they didn't even show the infraction that had happened. But what I want to say about TC is like 6 years too late. Is I don't even like telling the story, but you know, you have players that end up going to schools like Ole Miss, Mississippi State, different places like that, because for a long time, for like 20 years, I want you to listen to me, sis. I love Jackson State. I love Alcorn. I love all our HBCUs, but I love Jackson State dearly. But there's a lot of things Jackson State and a lot of people in the SWAC has dropped the ball. I don't know if Mr. Forden talked about it, but I'm gonna tell you about it tonight. For about 20 years, they just recruited legacy players, and you had mediocre teams, you had mediocre talent out there on the field. What's so special about what TC has done is he's done went out and recruited Mississippi homegrown talent, which I say you can do. You could have done 40 years ago. That's what TC done. When I see that he went in his backyard, right around the corner, and left at 833 Maple Street and got a player, I know that he's 6 years too late. And that's how all the SWAC need to step up. You need to start recruiting your own backyard first. But we stand here in Mississippi. My concern is not Arkansas, Alabama, and Louisiana. My concern is here in Mississippi. All those players that Southern Mississippi don't get, all those players that feel they want playing time and they don't want to go to that Ole Miss or Mississippi State, those players you need to be trying to get. Those are players that TC seem to be going knocking at the doors at. But for a long time, for at least 25 years, your recruiting wasn't doing their job. They was getting paid for doing nothing because they wasn't recruiting in their backyard, and they were recruiting a lot of legacy players and got lucky to get a few players. That's why the talent has been mediocre on the field.
Now, so are they going to be able to do this in Alcorn and Valley? What you think, Matt?
Now I got to address what he just said too. Now now first thing we have to deal with social economics. Don't no black person decide to go to a white school unless there's some reason that he's going to a white school.
They didn't recruit my son, Maximilian. They didn't recruit my son. My son was preseason on all American, and they didn't recruit him at all. None of the black schools did. Tulane, Ole Miss, all those schools. No.
Now, I let you talk. Now, what did your son end up going playing football at?
He ended up going playing football and baseball at Ole Miss, but he scored a 29 on his ACT.
Listen, Max. So he wasn't even listening to Jackson State. No way. His ass was already going to Ole Miss.
No.
Let's be fair.
No. Listen, Max. Listen.
We didn't have no Cadillac. We didn't have no Corvette. We didn't have no SUV we can get it.
Listen.
I know what football used to be.
Listen, Max. Listen. We don't want.
I ain't trying to argue with you, but
okay. You gonna listen?
I'm listening.
First of all the white schools up there in Madison, Rankin County offered us apartments and places to stay to play at their school, but I'm not no fucking sellout. But I want you to know this.
Right.
My son was in IB at Jackson at Jim Hill. That's a fucking rock throwing distance away. Then he went to Lanier with several. I'm telling you what the problem is. They wasn't recruiting within the city of Jackson.
So if they wasn't even doing it. Let me ask you a question. So if Ole Miss want him, Texas A&M want him, Vanderbilt, if Jackson State would have asked him, would he have played there?
Hell yeah, he would have played at Jackson State.
All we have to do is ask. We should.
Hell yeah. Stop making excuses for it. Stop making excuses for that bullshit.
Now,
stop making excuses for the bullshit. I'm telling you where the problem's at. I wasn't trying to go there, but I'm quite sure if there's enough people in this chat, they'll tell you the same fucking thing. It's not just Jackson State. Until Eddie Robinson got over to Alabama State, it was the same fucking way.
Okay,
They wasn't recruiting. They wasn't recruiting. They were recruiting a lot of fucking legacy players. That's why they put a lot of fucking mediocre talent out there.
You let me know when you through. You let me know when you through.
That's when they were putting a lot of mediocre talent out there. I'ma listen, but you can't tell me something I don't know.
I can't tell you a damn thing because you won't quit talking.
Go ahead, bro.
Say something. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, you can't go through this nihilism thing that everything is black folks' fault. If that's the damn case, Jackson State, we ought to be the biggest college in the world. Racism matters in Mississippi. Mississippi owes us a whole lot of damn money now. They've never given us. So don't sit your ass up on here talking about Jackson State ain't trying to get no good players.
They ain't. It's just DC came there. It's the fucking bottom line, nigga. It's the bottom line. It's the bottom line.
Wait, Willie, let him talk. Let him talk.
See, the thing about it is, your son went up to Ole Miss because you told him to go up there. My children went to Jackson State. I told my children, you could both of my children went there. You didn't get a goddamn quarter from me. If you take your ass to a white school, get their money. My sisters went to Jackson State. My whole family went to Jackson State. I might let you ride with Alcorn, but I'm not finna pay for you to go to no white school. You can go to grad school to help you want to. But if you gonna want my money, you're gonna go to a black college. But you let your boy go up there. That was 25 years ago. So times have changed now. We don't need a white man's money no more. We got our own degrees. We make our own money. That's why more children are going to our institutions now. We nobody's nigger no more. We're African Americans. We're very educated people. And I'm not going to sit and let nobody talk down on these HBCUs talking about what we ain't doing. And when we know what all the bullshit is going behind us to keep us where we at, we're doing it in spite of them. So I'm not going to sit and let nobody rag on us. They do enough of that shit by themselves. I don't need you in there helping them. I'm sorry, I get passionate about that. Don't talk about my damn HBCUs as a black man. Do something about it if you don't like what you see.
Okay. Uncle Willie, would you like to respond?
Go nowhere. No. I'm telling you what the problem is, my brother. I don't care nothing about your fucking emotions. I'm telling you what the problem is. For 25 fucking years, all these HBCUs been doing nothing but recruiting legacy players. That's why they have mediocre fucking talent out there on the floor.
What college you go to, bro?
I went to Mary Holmes College, and I first went to Hines College, and I went to Mary Holmes College, and I started driving trucks.
And I believe it too.
So what that's supposed to mean, Maximilian? What that's supposed to mean?
You have to live the lifestyle of an HBCU before you speak on it.
Mary Holmes is
not HBCU.
Mary Holmes is a HBCU.
I run a trucking company, but I speak about Jackson State because I went to Jackson State. I know the struggles Jackson State has. I know how when I had to go and I didn't have food, I dropped out of college because I didn't have food. I know what that shit feels like, sir. Don't sit and tell me that Jackson State don't give a shit about their students. Mississippi don't give a shit about their students.
Mary Holmes is.
Did you go to a HBCU?
Yes, Mary Holmes is an HBCU, dumbass nigga.
That's a goddamn junior college, bro.
It's still an HBCU. It's still an HBCU.
Now listen.
It's still a historical black college.
That's cool. I don't know you, brother.
It's still a historical college, bro. Regardless of what you're saying.
You seem to be a lot older than me. I'm gonna be respectful.
I'm not a lot older than you, but it's still an HBCU.
We're gonna disagree with
you. Just arguing a new point. You just arguing to more argue.
But now we're not gonna.
You just arguing to argue, fella. No, he just arguing. I'm not afraid of you, partner. I'm just telling.
Ain't nobody.
Let's moving right along, Lord.
Shit, bro. I told you I'm a goddamn Jew, nigga. Say that shit when I get out there.
Hey.
Thing I'm saying is, I'm just telling you what the.
All right, wait. I done muted both of y'all. Let's just be respectful of one another. Y'all are great. They still talking. I don't know how to get them to stop talking. They ain't stopped.
You know, we call the folks out their name. What the hell wrong with them? I'm serious. You know, I don't call folks out their name now. That's something we don't do.
Yeah,
First thing
let's
we
not
don't.
do that.
Let's
Well,
not
you
do
called
that.
me a lie.
Let's talk about that next time we see each
No,
other.
nigga,
Let's
you
not
called
talk
me a
about that
lie.
on
You
this show.
called me a lie. That's what you did.
Okay, Uncle Willie, let's
He called me a
okay.
lie. First of all, he called me a lie, and I told him what I was saying was, Tamona, I was telling you what the reason was, and I was giving TC praises because of what he done and
All
how
right,
he done
yes.
it.
Okay, so let's
I
let
was
Brother
giving him
Bakari.
praises of what he done, and had nobody done that. Ain't nobody done that in the SWAC since Eddie Robinson over there at Mississippi at Alabama State. That's what I was pointing out. Those two guys
You
are
mean
recruiting within
when?
their backyard. Yeah, they actually
Yeah,
recruiting in their backyard. I never said HBCUs didn't do nothing for our people. See, all that's painting bullshit narratives. And see, I don't get down like that. I don't know who you
all
think
right,
I
let's
am, but
move on.
I'm not him.
You
Slim.
showing
All
you
right,
showing me you showing me who you are. You're an ignorant ass,
all
old
right.
ass man that's uneducated. Get your ass off this thing when I'm
Brother Bakari, would you like to talk? Brother Bakari,
Hey, what's up? How you doing? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How
Can
you
y'all hear
doing?
me?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. What's up, Max? What's up, Willie? Look, this is what I want to say, right? Willie and Max is right. But I think part of the story that Willie is missing out is because he's right what he's saying about not being recruited. Because I went through that with my oldest son. But then I realized it's not the HBCUs that don't want to recruit. It's the head coaches that was not letting the HBCU. It's the high school coaches that was not letting the HBCUs in. They were trying. And I know my oldest son had a black head coach. And we told him we want Jackson State. He pulled out about 150 business cards. Not one HBCU. Oh, Western Michigan want him bad. I said, I know. I said, Western Michigan want him. I know Jackson State will want him. Yeah, I know you're trying to get him to Mississippi, but Mississippi State want him bad too. Southern Miss, Memphis. I say, what about Jackson State? I said, you ain't got none. So now, Willie, you're right. They wasn't recruiting, but it wasn't their fault. And that's what Max was saying. It ain't their fault. We have been blocked out. They have been trying to block. So I'm going to give you an example. Mike Vick interview with Norfolk State. 24 seconds later, Sacramento State won it. When he go to Norfolk State, now Peter is coming at him.
Hey,
They
brother,
don't want us to have nothing.
I'm gonna ask you just, and I want you
It's an uphill battle for us.
and I want you to seriously answer this question. Do you think the reason that Jackson State has not got all the 4-star athletes is because we not calling them, asking them to play for us? So do you really believe over historically that's the reason we don't have the players that we have? Do you really believe that? It's a question for either one of y'all. And if you can tell me you believe that, and I'll calm down a little bit, but we cannot ignore racism.
Okay, and as you know, you guys are pillars in the HBCU podcast world. I enjoy hearing breakdowns from all of you. I love it when you guys come on my podcast and give out your opinion. I'm gonna line it up a little bit, which is I'm gonna allow everybody to express their thoughts as long as they're respectful. So here's what I will say. And this is not looking at historically, but this is looking at what it is right now. And that is Coach T.C. Taylor has coaching trees at, I want to say, probably 30 to 40 schools in the state of Mississippi. And it's not just Coach TC, it's Coach O. It's a lot of the coaching staff that's at Jackson State, it's Javancy Jones, who, you know, he's coming from Louisville, Mississippi, where he was a defensive coordinator. If you look down into Coach TC's coaching period, like as far as where it is that he coached and stuff like that, he at Coahoma Community College in Clarksdale, Mississippi. So being that he coached in those community college ranks, he has coaching trees. Then we have some Jackson State alums who are now head coaches, assistant coaches. We have all type of coaches that are now Jackson State alums that are on these staffs, and they are sending the kids to us. Another thing that you have to look at is, and I'll give an example, Khamauri Rogers, his daddy, he's a 4-star cornerback, right? His daddy graduated from Jackson State. He's a 1996 SWAC champion. So I feel like it's about them all coming back to their roots, meaning that folks are acknowledging the power and the greatness of HBCUs, and they are coming back home. But to say that HBCUs have not recruited these kids, it's not true. Especially the last 5 or 6 years, even pre-Dion, some of our greatest players the past couple of seasons were homegrown talent. And what I mean by that is Jeremiah Williams is from Lexington, Mississippi. Devontae Davis, I want to say he's from Alabama, but he was on the roster in I think he was a holdover. So there was some Hampton, which I think he was a part of the 2022 SWAC championship. Somebody's echoing. Basically, what I was trying to say is, before I hit mute, is that a lot of these kids are homegrown. I'm going to let Brother Bakari finish because his call dropped. And I think Max asked the question to Brother Bakari, which is, do you really think that the HBCUs haven't been recruiting these young men? Do you really think that that's a statement? And then I'm going to give Uncle Willie a chance to answer. Brother Bakari?
He asked me, do I think they were not recruiting them? I believe they were trying to recruit them. I believe, I said a long time ago, I've said it on Doc panel, me and Doc had this, the high school coaches been pimping our youth and we didn't know it. That's what I meant when I said this coach had not one he had no HBCU contact. Now, my son been out of school 15 years. Now, when he went to junior college, the junior college coach, Coach Jackson, who ended up being the coach at Hines, I don't know if he's still there now or not, but he had contacts. So he had he was at Itawamba. So he was sending players to Alcorn, Jackson State, Valley. But high school, they was pimping and sending your kids, our kids, to the highest bidder for themselves. Yeah, I believe HBCUs was trying to recruit them. Yes, I believe that. But they've been selling our kids for the longest.
All right. Max, before I let Uncle Willie speak, do you want anything? Do you have anything to say?
I'll say some at the end because I want them both because I think they both saying the same thing, but in a nice way.
Uncle Willie.
All right. If you know anything about Jackson State, you know who Lanier. You know H33. 833 is Lanier High School, right here in the heart of Georgetown, not too far from me. My mother went to the school. A lot of the people went to school. As a matter of fact, my mother was part of the walk-in and part of the people that got locked up in the damn chicken coops. when they had the sit-ins. So Ken Bennett Thompson is my third cousin removed on my mother's side. So I'm highly, and I know everything about I need to know with my Black history. Jim Hill High School is the second most famous high school in the state of Mississippi,
You're
here in the city
talking.
of Jackson. Here in the city of Jackson, both of those schools have Black coaches. Both of those schools both of those schools have Black coaches, and the coaches went to those and went to Jackson State also. So what I'm telling you is, brother, I'm not telling you something that I heard or something that I feel. I'm telling you something that I know. Me and Bakari are saying the same thing. It is the coaches. That's what I was saying. That was the premise of my call. By you calling me an ignorant ass brother, that was the premise of my call. My call was TC is 6 years too late because we hadn't
But
seen
how
no
is he
recruit.
too late if we're winning? How is
Because
he too late?
the only person that recruited the state of Mississippi like TC recruited the state of Mississippi, and like Eddie Robinson recruited Alabama was WC Gordon. Everybody else was recruiting outside. I can name a dozen of kids that graduated in 2018 that wasn't even given a call by Jackson State Alcorn Valley.
He was in his 30s then. I mean, no, but
Huh?
what I'm asking is when you say he's 6 years too late, are you too late for your son or 16 because
Yeah,
he's here now?
6 years. Yeah. That was basically what I was saying. I was saying he's 6 years too late
Okay.
for my son. And a couple. Okay, like this, like I'm saying to Mona. This is what I'm saying. Now, the best legacy player that I've seen play, that I've seen come in that space, was probably Stevens, the tight end that you had.
DJ
Yeah,
Stevens,
yeah. Him and my son, they all played youth ball
Jacoby
together
and
and stuff.
Morgan
They went over to Richmond.
Jacoby and Morgan is his parents from Jackson, Mississippi. Ethan Terrell, and y'all ain't even seen him yet, but he's legacy. And 6 years ago, he was probably 12 or 13 years old. Like
There are some good
Ethan
players.
Terrell. No, what I'm saying is Ethan Terrell is the next legacy great, meaning his uncles and grandfather played at Jackson State. He's 12 years old 6 years ago. So I feel like that this is the time. It's TC's time. He 6 years ago, TC was in his 30s. I want to say he wasn't ready yet, right? So I feel like now is the time, and everything that you're saying with bringing in those Mississippi players, this is the blueprint that TC is utilizing. He's piggybacking off the WC Gordon, the Big Daddy Carson, everything that you're saying. Now it's coming to fruition in terms of bringing back that homegrown talent. Oh, and just to let you know, some of those players like Rob McDaniel, they were at Jackson State and they had to leave when Dion came, and then they came back.
Right. They had to go out and earn their scholarships back. I remember all that. Yeah.
Right.
But that still don't negate what I'm saying. It still don't negate the fact that I'm saying what I'm saying. What I'm telling you now, probably not on this platform at this particular minute, but people that know and that's been around for a while. It was only 6 years ago. But I know going back to when I was playing baseball. They didn't recruit. I love the ex-football coach, baseball coach, I meant to say. But he didn't do nothing but get a lot of players out of Chicago. And didn't win shit until they started recruiting around here in Jackson. Then 4 years after I graduated, he recruited half a Callaway team and a part of Mark Murray team. He started winning some SWAC championships. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard, not my feeling. I understand that y'all had that feeling like that, but I know better. And for you to tell me that, and for this man to tell me that I told him to do this, it was a surprise to me. I was rather for him to go to Tulane. But I'm gonna tell you what happened, Maximilian. I'm gonna give you the story. He refused to go to Tulane. He thought he was trying to hurt me by going to Ole Miss. See, they only give you a partial baseball scholarship. They went up there and seen his film, and they gave him a full ride. That's just how fucking good he was. But for the fact that he made a 29 on his ACT, every black college around here should have been at his door. And he was on preseason on All-American. Now I'm gonna drop the mic and let y'all argue.
All right.
Okay.
Can I clear my
Everybody
statement up
done.
right quick, Mac? Before you go, Mac,
Oh, go
let
ahead,
me
go
clear
ahead,
my
bro.
statement. I just want to clear this up. Because you said I agree with Willie. Willie said I agree with. I didn't say anything about the HBCU coaches. I
No, I
didn't
didn't say
agree with
y'all
that.
agreed. I said y'all was saying about
No,
the same thing.
what I
Not the
said
same.
was it was the high school coaches that was keeping HBCUs out. That's what I said. I didn't say
Okay.
HBCUs didn't want them. I said I believed they wanted to recruit them, but they were being blocked out. That was my statement. I want my statement to be understood. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Brother Bakari said, let me clear the air.
Now, can I say what I want to say? First thing, TC ain't too late.
The floor is yours.
We've been doing this since 1877. TC is on time for what he's doing. Dr. Lyons was on time for what he was doing for me when I was in college. Your professor was on time for what he was doing. Jackson State has a history of saving men, of molding black men like myself, who came from Carthage, Mississippi, moved to Atlanta with $175. And I went to one of the largest oil companies in the Southeast, a Rolex money-toting, big money Negro. And I give all that credit to Jackson State. And then a cracker ain't never gave me nothing. I bought, in spite of them, I compete against these people. I said on YouTube, most of my clients are black folks. I'm in Atlanta. So, you know, a white person never gave me nothing. So I don't have that thing about, well, the black coaches didn't do this, the black people didn't do this. What about the white people? You ever notice that about a Negro? He'll mention everything in the world about himself, but he'll never talk about the man who's doing it to him. You ain't got the right job because you don't work hard enough. But his dumb Mr. Jim's son, who's got a degree in just driving a tractor, is your doctor. But ain't nothing wrong with that dumb white boy always graduating, and you can't never graduate from that same college, and you never see where racism come into it. Then they give a Negro a football, let him run down the football field for 2 years, 3 years, and he never graduates. He never graduated. When he went to Ole Miss, ask most of these guys who went to Ole Miss, what did they graduate in? High school coaching. And what the hell do you do with that one? So that's what I'm saying. What are you giving these students? At Jackson State, when they go to Jackson State, we make sure they get their degrees. And any player that's listening, when you go to that Ole Miss, some folks don't give a damn whether you graduate. So you got to go to the NFL. At Jackson State, we want you. If you ain't gonna play for us if your grades ain't right, because we know what comes after sports. You still gonna be a black man. You still gonna have children that you need to take care of. I don't give a damn how fast you can run. How fast can you learn? Because that's what's gonna take you through life. And all this old black folks, well, we responsible. The coaches ain't shit, and the president ain't nothing. The athletic director, we always talking about each other. But since you feel so strongly that Jackson State ain't doing, go in your pocket. I go in my pocket every year. I get Jackson State $5,000 a year out of my pocket. I ask the alumni director, do I give them that much money? I don't talk that shit because I know what it feels like to go on that campus without food. That's why I had to drop out. I don't talk about Jackson State, talking about what we ain't got, what we don't have. That's what I didn't have. That's what I invest in now. I didn't have food. I didn't have gas. So I invest in the food bank. So if you don't feel like the athletic program is what it should be, go start recruiting for Jackson State. But it ain't because black, what is the most idiotic thing in the world is for a black college to not recruit black people. In Mississippi, what would make you think that TC Taylor would see a 5-star recruit and he don't call him? TC will call you. But we talking about 30 years ago when they was buying your Cadillacs and Escalades. When everybody was going to Alabama, they was giving your mama $30,000 and Jackson State couldn't give you $40. Because hell, we wouldn't even get all the money to build our dorm rooms. Our students couldn't even get their Pell Grants. Don't sit there and talk about racism. Francis G. Wells said, unless you understand the dynamics of racism, nothing else in your life will ever make sense. And that's the problem with a lot of people. You start looking at everything except for the main thing. And the main thing with Jackson State is we're educating our young black men. We're not going to talk down, and women. We're not going to talk down on each other. That's something I'd never do. And I get very, very angry when you start talking about my college. I'd rather you talk, you can damn near my mom and my college. I don't know which one is the worst. But you're not going to talk about Jackson State because I know what we've done and what we're trying to accomplish. So don't sit up and call us a bunch of Uncle Tom niggas like we don't care about our students. Don't do that. And that's my passion. I'm passionate about that. I get very, very upset. If you didn't go there, shut the hell up. If you ain't trying to help us, move on. But don't talk about my college to nobody. And I won't accept that from anybody because I know what Jackson State is. Now they calm back down.
Okay, Brother Bakari, do you have anything to add?
Willie, you know how many times I don't had that argument with people? All I do is take up for HBCUs all the time. That's why I had to clarify my statement. I didn't want you to think I was saying the HBCUs wasn't trying. My son is actually a junior at Jackson State now in business finance. I'm in Atlanta too. Work at an oil. What oil company you run? I'm always trying to make connections with my people, huh?
You run an oil company now? Yeah, it's only 4 of them. You got a new one?
I say I work at one.
Yeah, I run Atlanta Oil.
Atlanta Oil.
Yeah.
On Don Lee Highway.
You know, I'm on north side, but I partner with them. I'm not far from it.
But you part. Yeah, what I do, I
recycle oil. They do new oil. I do the recycling. The oil.
The company I'm at, I'm over there at Don Lee Highway all the time.
Who you work for?
S.A. White.
Oh yeah, I know S.A. White over on Marietta Boulevard.
Yeah, S.A. White. Yeah, we were over there, but we in Marietta. Yeah, I'll be over there too. But and this is my first time having a job in a long time for somebody else. I always had my own business. I had
that's what's up. Yeah.
Had a residential trash company.
Yeah, you talking about it's S.A. White, it's McPherson, it's Atlanta Fuel, and it's me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to connect.
He said big 3 and it's me. Big 3 and it's me.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm the only Negro.
I like to connect with black folks. Doing things. Because the stuff you was Wait a minute, Timona, you can't have no connection then try to get off. I got to go to bed too, but wait.
Hey, I always need a driver now. You need somebody to drive, holler at me. You got the experience. It sounds like you got a tanker driver, right?
Yeah, tanker, hazmat, all that.
Yeah, you my man. We'll chop outside. I'm always looking for somebody. I need a driver right now.
I want my percentage for a referral percentage.
Hey, that's no cap, bro. I really need a driver for real.
Hey, I'm gonna put my email in the back chat.
Yeah, let's chop offline and we'll talk about that. Yeah.
We'll talk.
No, me and you good. Yeah. But now back to that. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm sick. Y'all know I'm on my medication now, so I'm a little Now, how you do? Maybe say something good because I didn't want that to go that way. I don't like.
All right. So, Max, what you think about the recruiting class?
I think only thing we got to do is replace what we already got. If somebody want to go out the door is wide open. I don't want nobody to leave. Like I posted, you would be crazy to leave Jackson State.
If you want to leave,
but I want you to stay. And I want these young men who listen to me. Look at me and what I do. You stay your ass at Jackson State, brother. Ain't nobody else gonna teach you what I learned there. Well, me and that brother that's talking about, that's what I own. I learned that from Jackson State. I'm not good at athletics. I'm not good at nothing except for running a business. But I learned how to run a business at Jackson State. Stay where you at, brother. I don't work for anybody. I don't have an equal. I don't have a damn boss. One thing you want to make me mad is somebody tell me what the fuck to do. Since I know that I'm that type of person, 25 years ago, I decided to start my own shit. 3 of them failed and 1 of them made it. And I went with the one that made it. That don't mean you're not gonna fail. But don't go through life working for folks, man. Having to answer to people like the way I'm talking now. What I just said about white folks, can't nobody fire me. You can't do a damn thing with me, just disagree. Ain't no HR you can call on me. I'm finna sell my company. I'm retired, bro. I'm past that. You don't tell me what to say. And as long as when I wear that JSU on me, I ain't sold to nobody. When you talk about Jackson State, bro, I bleed blue. When I say I'm a Jew, I'm from Carthage, but I'm really a Jew. Because that's how I learned to be a Jew was at Jackson State. Yeah, a Jacktown Jew. You gotta know what that means. I was about it though. So when I moved over to Advantages, they taught me how to be a Jew. You remember the Advantages on Mac Willie? Yeah, but it all fun though, man. I think I don't know what else we can do for our team other than what we're doing. Go to the FBA. We just need to keep doing what we're doing. I ain't got no complaints. We got the right coach, we got the right quarterback, we got the right offense, we got the right defense, we got the right fans. Only thing we need to do is figure out who ass we gonna kick next. That's our biggest problem.
I hope we get us one of them middle of the road FBS schools next year, and because Jackson
State,
that's
NIL deals to keep our
we have to we need the NIL deals. But bro, you sound like a man after my say. I ain't from Jackson. I'm from Glen Island. You ain't never heard of Glen Island though. I'm from you heard of Greenville though. So I tell people, yeah. But I'm actually from a little down outside of Greenville, called Glen Island. Don't want to work for nobody. Man, man. Look, the only reason I got a job now, I'm gonna be honest. I lost a whole lot. I had a dump truck too. The best business I had that was making the most, I did pressure washing. I cleaned, I did fleet services.
You ain't gotta explain. Every man has to start over, bro.
Look, bro, I went through all that.
You're gonna be right back where you was at.
I'm trying to get there because I'm gonna get me a trailer. I'm gonna be moving construction equipment, man. That's my
Hey, it's a difference between falling down and a setback, bro. That's a setback.
Oh yeah, I regroup. Anything I've had before, I can get it again. I sure believe in that, man. Anything I ever had before, I can get it again because I regroup. I ain't no lay down, I ain't no punk. I'm a black man from Glen Island, Mississippi, raised by civil rights folks. So I know what I got to do. I know what I have to do.
Well, but you got that attitude. You got that attitude.
Whitley.
Well, it's you know what? I put my email in the private chat, Max. You shoot me an email whenever you get a chance, and I'll shoot you my number, man. And maybe one day you can come out here around Cobb County my way. I'll treat you to some seafood called Phenomenal Seafood, to this black-owned seafood spot I go to. You come here on Friday. If you come here on Friday, a nice place to bring you a date on a Friday. They had a live band playing and everything, man.
Okay. I'll take you up on that one, bro.
Bring your you bring your woman to a nice place for your date right there, bro. I'm just telling you.
I don't know. I don't know if the girls I date gonna come over there, bro.
They ain't gonna come up to Phenomenal. They'll come.
It ain't nothing about me. I go anywhere, but I'm just talking about the girls I'm dating.
But they'll come. They hear the live music.
You said plural. The girls I'm dating. Lord, y'all don't get up off my panel. All right.
I ain't never said I was single. You ain't heard me mention no woman. I don't discuss it because I ain't gonna lie. Most people know me that grew up around me. They can tell you that one part about me. Yeah, I'm for everybody.
Oh my God! Listen, we get ready to look at this young man. Jeremiah, he's a running back.
Now, before we get to looking at anything, you know it's 11:32 out here now in Atlanta now. So,
I know, but it only takes a second.
Oh, go ahead, baby. No, I'm fine. Go ahead. Run it. What you got?
All right, we finna look at his highlights. Y'all was over here clowning. That's why it was taking so long. Yeah, we can ready to wrap it up. Wrap things up. All right.
No, I'm not rushing. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm on sick leave anyway. Let's run these numbers. What you got?
All right. So let me tell you about this young man, Jeremiah. Boy, when you talk about having another 1,000-yard rusher or reloading at the running back position, we've already seen what Amari Matthews can do. We've gotten highlights and glimpse of Kobe Boykin, Nate Blount. It's definitely reload and revamp. But let me read Jeremiah Wilson Jr. stats: 4,017 rushing yards. He's the Lanier High School record holder. 70 touchdowns. He's the Lanier High School record holder. And 472 total points. I don't know what the significance of 833 Maple Street is, but I guess that's like supposed to be important. An important address. The 833.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
He's
that young man that
he's got some speed.
Yep. So this is what we have cooking. And once again, that's a hometown hero. This is a great pickup, right? From
I agree.
Mississippi. The ability to stay at home and play for Jackson State, it's a great thing to see. This is a big pickup. And I think that part of the ability for Jackson State to be able to sign a Jeremiah Wilson Jr. is the representation of Irv Mulligan, right? And what he was able to accomplish this year.
Right.
Okay, they said it's the same thing like when we say 1400 J.R. Lynch Street. Oh, and we got Ahmad Miller as well. That's Aubrey's little brother.
I'm looking at that boy's speed, and he's fast. So
Yeah.
he's got some of that. He got some of that Terrell speed on him. So I like it. Ain't nothing I've seen fast is fast. I don't care where you at.
Right. And then you know he running through folks too, which is good.
This is my opinion. My thing, I think we're gonna get a lot. So, which everybody says the signing is over with. I don't think it is for Jackson State. I think last week it's some guys thinking differently now, and I think that's gonna show in our recruiting. I bet you TT's phone is getting a couple more phone calls than he was normally getting.
Not scared to block. That was a great block.
I saw that too.
And that's the yards after catch, or just being able to get physical. We also have Ezekiel Johnson as well, number 36.
They look good to me.
Yeah, they look good. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the greatness. One of the great things TC been able to do. Right, I was talking to one of my friends about this, and they laughed. They were like, "Man, ain't nobody going in on HBCU the red shirt." TC got enough talent and able to get these young men to understand why they need the red shirt at an HBCU. Because we like to look down on our stuff, like Max said. But if you got that talent, sometimes you have to wait your time. In that running back room gonna be stacked. You ain't gonna replace no Irv with. We ain't gonna replace Irv with one. That running back room gonna be stout again. We gonna have that depth again. I see us back in the Celebration Bowl. I'm hoping it'll against Mike Vick so we can have about 65K in there.
Oh, you think 65K will show up for that?
But you don't know how they love Mike Vick in Atlanta. Yeah.
65K to see him get his ass whooped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
So what you think he gonna do? What you think he gonna do this year?
Who, me?
Yeah,
We got Southern Miss this year, y'all.
I'm talking about Mike Vick.
And they
What's
just-
your opinion of Mike Vick?
Oh, Mike Vick. Well, first they
Yeah.
gotta approve him. That's number one. The just like Brother Bakari pointed out, Sacramento State was trying to get him, and then when he didn't follow that path, all of a sudden PETA popped up with their 2 cents. So I'm hoping that Norfolk doesn't fold under pressure. And
I don't
goes
think they
ahead
will.
and-
I don't think they will.
Okay. Well,
Well,
it's
well,
to remain.
he can get them
whether
if
or
he
not-
can get 500 this year minimum. 500. There'll be 500 this year minimum.
500. If I'm
Yeah.
if I am
Yeah,
no,
this
if
is
you're
first
a
year.
celebrity, if you're a
But this is
celebrity
first year.
coach,
Let me explain why.
you
Let me explain why I said it. His first year. He coming in late in the recruiting. He coming in late in the recruiting.
you already got a quarterback, Jalen Daniels.
Yeah.
He's already there. Yeah, and he's
Jalen
good.
Daniels needed an offensive line.
That's
Jalen
all.
Daniels is it.
He needed a
just
coach.
needs an
No, man, that was so hard to watch, man. Oh my goodness, that was hard to watch. I just saying somebody need to lose their job. Man, that was hard to watch. Well, you know what? You're right. Because he could do better than 500. Because you look and see, they played games close, and and this guy would run up. I've never seen nobody on. I was with me and my homeboy. Like I said, one of my friends graduated from Norfolk State. We were watching the game. I think they ended up losing the game 14-9 on 14-9. They had the ball on the other team like 30-yard line. It was like 39. He ran up the middle, gained 2 yards. On 4th and 7, there's about 3 minutes left in the game. On 4th and 7, he just ran up the middle. I'm like, what the hell is he? What the hell was he doing? Man, it was so hard. It was hard. And they needed a coach. Oh, Mike Vick win this year. I really do. It's been proven you can come in 1 year and win the MEAC.
Man, he should be able to win it all.
What I
Morgan
said,
State
it's been
ain't
proven.
for 15 years. South
I don't
Carolina
think
lost a
Mike is
lot.
going to be
They-
that big of a recruiter though. I really don't.
Really?
The only place
So-
that Mike Vick is, I'm from Atlanta, and he ain't as popular
like
as
an
he
Eddie
used
George?
to be. Yeah, Eddie
gonna be an
George. It's
Eddie
pretty
George
much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but
Because Mike, if you notice Mike Vick, he's a really quiet person. He's not really outspoken. So you got to do a little, promoting to get these students. These players. I'm gonna just be honest. The dogs is coming to the yard, bro. Everybody
The
saw
dogs
that
is
ass
coming
whooping.
to the yard.
They saw the ass whooping. Everybody come where the ass whooping come from.
What-
I'm not gonna go somewhere and get my ass whooped for 2 years. I'm gonna go somewhere and whoop some ass. Come on to Jackson State. I'm recruiting for Jackson State. I don't give a damn about nobody else.
But
Damn, Mike Vick. You want to win? Bring your ass to Jackson State.
you know what? I
You
want
want
to
to win in 4 years? Go somewhere else.
Hey, but look, I'm gonna be
just being
honest.
real.
TC have not signed the number 1 player in the nation. He have not signed the big 5-star, right?
Right.
He haven't signed a Travis and Shadur. But if we really honest, if we look at what TC is doing for TC team and what he wants, look at his recruiting and how he's building. What he's recruiting is better for him than what Deion Sanders had. And that is just a fact. People don't like it. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing. Much as we've been talking about them primates and all that and whatever, I'm glad Deion was able to put some eyes on HBCUs. He brought the light back. He tried to dim the light. He tried to dim it. But get what? But with the work TC them doing, you can't keep Jackson State out of. Then they were just on, what they just did at the Celebration Bowl. You can't keep you can't dim the light now. And TC and Coach O,
2.6 million. 2.6 million
TC
viewers.
and Coach O, we should average 40. We should average 40K for the home next year. between 35 and 40K. That should be our home attendant. That's the only thing I would give Deion credit for, right? That's the only thing I ever say about him, because everything else, but other than that, he did help bring some light back, and I'm glad he did. Because they can't.
What do you think about that, Max?
You asked me a question earlier and I never got the answer. You said, how did I know we was going to win? It's because it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the what?
Jimmy's and Joe's.
TC, them boys has bought into what Jackson State is. Them boys are dogs. They don't give a damn what you say about them. They're going to beat you up. They're going to beat you mercy. They are Jackson State. When they put that uniform on, that's what them players feel. You can tell the way they play. Nobody likes us, but you ain't going to beat us. They know what it feels to wear that block J. They know how it feels to go in and beat the hell out of somebody. That's what Jackson State is. We're the supreme, top of the line, HBCU. I will say college. I wouldn't go nowhere else. And them students, young men, y'all playing for the best college. The young guys who want to come on, join the team. You want to whoop up on somebody, come on down here. But you're going to have to be a dog to play for Jackson State. Because them boys play against each other. They got to one-up each other. I want 10 more Williams out there. I want everybody out there shaking with him. We got some dogs. That's why I knew we were going to win. I was confident because I know the way our players are. They are dogs. Not like the way people say dog, like dogs. No, we got some dogs.
So the Bulldogs, not like the Bulldogs, not like the Bulldogs and the Dirtbags and the.
Yeah, no.
Not like the South Carolina State Bulldogs or the Alabama A&M Bulldogs.
All that efficiency in the program, the way we run stuff, the preaching and all that. Those boys have winning in them. TC ain't got a temp. TC already told him he picks winners. When your players want to win, the coach ain't got a hard job to do. TC, what did he tell him? I didn't say all I got to say. I didn't told you what we need to do. We didn't got to where we need to be at. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You remember, you see the pregame? You see he didn't say nothing else. He said, I told you everything you need to.
Right. But the South Carolina State had a lot to say. He's the mailman and he wants to deliver.
That's Reverend Ike.
And they showed that speech, and they showed that about 15 times.
Reverend Ike's job is the bullshit.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you that
he didn't believe it. He didn't believe it himself.
You know what? TC, I heard one of his interviews, he was like, they said every week you need to be 1-0. Well, they on 1 this week. I'm like, TC said that kind of gangster. I wonder why. So then I saw something today when they were out and they was talking the day before the game, right? And those people he was so arrogant. The South Carolina, they act like they really thought once they walked on the field, the way they spoke, the way he spoke, like once we go on the field, Jackson State was going to just lay down to them. And I
thought he thought Jesus was going to put a uniform on for him.
I really believe that's what he thought. He drunk the Kool-Aid. We more physical and we just better than the swag. And then I saw his interview afterward. He would never, ever, ever. He never gave Jackson State or TC any credit. The reason they lost was because we didn't do this, we didn't do that. We had our opportunities, we just didn't do it. I was listening to another channel, and they was like, well, we know South Carolina State is better than that. So I put in the chat, they might be better than that, but they ain't better than that against Jackson State. If Jackson State played them again, we'll beat them worse.
I remember you said we don't play. What did you say? You said
we don't play trick ball.
Y'all don't
football.
play. Yeah,
football. They play trick ball.
Y'all play trick ball, and then you said that trick play not going to work. How you know they was going? Did you have their playbook? How you know they was going to do a trick play?
Because when you can't beat them, you got to figure out something. I know that You got to know. I played a little football. I wasn't good, but I got beat up enough to know when somebody's gonna beat me up. But no, we were just more physical. I've been watching them because I watch a lot of football. I watched them play. I told they're a pee-wee team. Did you notice when he was on the field for warm-ups, the difference in the sizes of those teams?
They were smaller especially in the trenches.
And it showed. But if you watch them,
at the trenches, at wide receiver, at DB, they were smaller.
It's just a smaller team. It's like a junior high playing a high school team. That's what I was trying to tell Kobe. It was clear to see. I would have bet my life on it. You see why I was talking about it, right? And it's not because I went to 80% because I went to Jackson State. That's 80%. But the logical part was I knew we was gonna win because we had a better team. I just knew we were a more physical team. We had better athletes. We had a better coach. We had a coach. They had a preacher. God can only take you so far. Was like Mike Tyson said, everybody is a champ till you get hit in the damn mouth. They ain't never been punched in the mouth. Jackson State punched him in the mouth.
Yeah, he took them gold chains in. He took them shades off.
That man came in he came in that post cover like a preacher got caught cheating on his wife. You decide to sit on that corner.
Look, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get off here. Come on, and thanks for letting me speak. Max, man, if you ever get a chance, whenever you get a chance, shoot me that email, man. Then we swap numbers. I can holler at you sometime, whatever. Because I'm right
you say you work for White, right?
Yeah, I work at S.A. White, yeah.
You on Marietta Boulevard?
No, we in Marietta.
Oh, you in the Marietta? It's one on Marietta Boulevard, y'all refinery, right?
I don't know. I just right there on
the CSX railroad track. I think that's where y'all tankers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll check on. I'll tell you what. I'll get a card to you. I'll leave it at that. Somebody. Yeah. What's your first name?
My name is Lester.
Okay, I get a card.
I don't tell nobody my real name, huh?
Okay, I don't need your last name, but I'll get a card to you.
Yeah, man, just shoot me. Yeah, just shoot me email. Because I keep them folks out of my business. Just shoot me email.
Okay, I'll do that.
All
right. Now, what was you saying?
Oh my goodness. So basically you just click that. He left his email in the private chat. So do you see it on the right hand side where it says private chat? It's like a little red. Do you see it?
I'll email you and you just send it to me.
You don't know my email either. It's in there right there to the right hand side.
Let me see.
It'll say private chat. All right. You don't see it?
Oh, I see it. I see it.
You see it? All right, cool. So
I see it.
This is the last thing I want to announce because we do have some FCS Football Central All-Americans that were announced, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge it. I dropped the article in the chat. We have Travis Terrell Jr., third team, Evan Henry, third team, Jeremiah Williams, third team, and of course, Irv Mulligan, who also made third team. These are the FCS Football Central All-Americans on SI. So congratulations, of course, to those Jackson State Tigers. And then, of course, I just put up the AD is doing a Jackson State by 40 campaign. Please join. He's looking for 20,000 alums to join. $40.
I saw that today.
You saw that?
Yeah, it was on. I do a lot of WLBT. I got the app on my phone. I keep up with what's going on in Mississippi. The WABT and WLBT. I always keep up what's going on because that's the only way I'm gonna know what's going on campus.
So 20,000 alums opt in to $40 a month. That's $480 a year, and then it's times 20,000. That's $9.6 million for athletics. So yeah, Max, it was a eventful.
Yeah, a little bit more than I was expecting.
Yes, I would never expect that. I'm glad that you were able to walk through that.
Yeah, I didn't come for that one.
Yeah. I'm glad that you guys were able to work through that though and come to a consensus.
I gotta get on the phone and call my pastor. I gotta call my pastor tonight.
Why?
I'll be joking. Jesus is working with me, baby. I'm like Steve Harvey, still
I
working
thought
with
you
me.
said you was already in the upper room.
No, I'm joking, but no, it's fine. But no,
All
I
right.
appreciate it, man. Yeah, let me go
Yeah, and feel
but
better.
go Jackson State, man. I feel like we're gonna do some stuff this year. I'm not really looking at the
Yes,
recruiting
go
class
Jackson
because I already know what we're gonna do. Huh?
I say yes, go Jackson State.
Yeah,
Belt to ask for.
I'm sorry, we talking over each other. I apologize. Go ahead. What you gonna say now? Because
No, I
I'm damn gonna get out this door.
ask for another belt to ask for another season.
Well, it is what I think. It is what it is with us. Ain't nobody gonna beat us. I'm gonna make this prediction right now. It's gonna be the same thing as it is last year, but it's gonna be worse. Now these closed games ain't gonna be no more closed games. Like Kobe said, ass to belt, which we knew was gonna be ass to belt, but yeah, belt to ass, whatever you have to say. It just is what it is. We lost one game. I don't think I'm looking to be the FBS school this year, and I think that's what TC needs. Oh, I see it.
Well, the one that we have is the one that we have is USM, and I think they knew that we were coming, so they went ahead and hired Marshall's head coach.
Bruh, I don't give a damn. What I tell you, we got them dogs. Them dogs gonna hunt. I don't think nobody want. If Southern could get out of this game right now, they would.
Ooh.
But
yeah, as of right now, we only have one game on our schedule, and that's Hampton. That's the only one that's showing up right now.
As what I know is what I've learned is it's gonna be just like the South Carolina game. The refs is gonna be all with Southern. You already know how it's gonna run out. Before we get out there, the referee is gonna do just like we just played against South Carolina. That's what we're gonna run into at Southern. So y'all get ready for it. It's just gonna be a replay of the South Carolina game. We're gonna have so many flags. I'm telling you, I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be they're gonna penalize you into losing. Just remember what I told you. Yes, especially Mississippi. Come on, you think they're gonna let? If anything they can do to imagine Jackson State whooping Southern. If we beat them, we gonna beat them. But it's not gonna be because the referees are not helping them. You think they was helping South Carolina? Wait till you see this game. Just remember, now I make predictions all the time. Here go another one. Just watch when you see the game. You're gonna be so mad when you talk about it. Say, Max said it last year. A rooster crows every morning. Don't be surprised when you hear him crowing. A redneck gonna do redneck shit, so don't be surprised when you see him doing redneck shit.
Right. I think Southern. It's a black coach. The Southern Miss coach. He's actually, I want to say he's an HBCU alum.
Okay. Have you ever worked for a white company and the black man's the one that fired you?
Yeah.
you had 17 different men, but that black man wanted to come in about talk to you. You know what I mean? You cool. Oh, they said the color boy to fire me. We know how it works. It's the same thing, and I say that in jokingly, but that's what they do. So black face and white places, like Beyonce's sister Salome. What's the difference? It's still a white institution. You just a black face for it, brother. TC is a black coach at a black college with black fans and black alumni. That man's a face for a white institution. Don't ever forget that. I don't give a damn what your title is. It's who signs your check and tell you what the hell to do that matters. Deion Sanders ain't no black coach. Deion Sanders is what they telling me he is. I'm done with it. Don't let me get started on that one, girl. I love you. Let me get off this thing. Go lay
Please
down
don't get started on
yeah.
Beyonce.
Okay,
Lord.
let me go medicate. My medication catching up with me.
Yes, thank you for coming.
What was the older gentleman name I was talking to?
Brother Bakari and Willie.
Willie, Mr. Willie, I apologize to you because clearly you're a little bit older than me, and I want people to respect me, and I feel like I was out of line for even I disagreed with you, but I should always show you respect, and I felt like I should have went over a little bit of line with you. I wouldn't talk to my father like that, so I shouldn't talk to you like that. So I apologize with that. I meant what I said. I just didn't mean to say it in that way. So with that, I'm gone.
Yeah, do your closing. What is it? It's million. Don't you? My name is Max. Hold the million. What is it? I forgot it.
Well, why everybody want me to say that? Somebody said when I
It's
don't know
fun.
if you're Max, a million, whatever your name. I said, damn the Max, just remember the million because that's the only thing that matters. Because that's the only thing people think about.
There we go.
They don't remember your name, but they remember what you can do for them.
All right. Thank you.
Some bitch will disagree with you, but when he needs something, he don't disagree with you that much. I love y'all, man. See y'all next time. Deuces. Let's go Jackson State. Let's go Tigers.
Let's go Tigers.
I'm out. Peace.
Peace. All right. Y'all be starting it in the chat. You was the one telling now Max done told y'all that he got COVID and he wasn't feeling good, and y'all got him up here anyway, and it went like how it went, right? Y'all had Max come up here and it went how it went, and Uncle Willie came up in here, and Brother Bakari came up here. Mr. Ford did not come up here tonight. He's probably asleep. But I just want to thank everybody. I apologize for that intermission. I think that we have a wonderful class so far. There's a couple of folks that are missing, but for the most part, I have been able to cover the majority. Wayne Patterson, defensive tackle out of Covington, Georgia, Newton High School, defensive tackle. If you want in-depth analysis, go look at the other part one. Keith Bass Jr., Langston Hughes High School. On the other live, I break down Langston Hughes and how it's a championship caliber type of team. Linebacker, Jamal Goins. Once again, he's from Langston Hughes as well. He's a center or inside offensive lineman, which we're rebuilding, of course, that center. Luckily for Jackson State, Evan Henry will not be returning because he's maxed out on his eligibility, but Evan Henry played a lot of right guard this year, giving our current center the ability to develop. Jamarian Davis, this is Ziggy Davis and Quay Davis's younger brother, and he's a linebacker from Central High School out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Jalen Moore is from Oak Grove High School. He's a halfback linebacker. And he has committed to Jackson State. And then of course today, we had Jeremiah Wilson Jr., Lanier High School, of course, a 4,000 plus yard rusher in his career. He holds the record for the amount of rushes and touchdowns at Lanier High School. He committed today. Levi Wyatt, McNeese State transfer, hometown Byram, Mississippi. He's a defensive back, former 3-star. Khamauri Rogers, his dad Marcus Rogers was on the 1996 SWAC championship team, Mississippi State transfer, and he hails from or originates from, I want to say it said Lexington, Mississippi, but I guess he's in Madison now. He's a former bona fide 4-star cornerback. And so he has decided to come home. Amarion Brown, Yazoo City High School from Yazoo, Mississippi, bona fide 3-star. Today we watched, he was mostly at wide receiver. And Quincy Ivory out of Florida. He's originally from Spring, Texas, rebuilding and reloading on that edge. That's one of Callie James connects, of course, because Callie James hails from Florida. So thank everybody. I enjoyed everyone coming. Thank you. Y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all for watching the commercials. And I will see you guys on SWAC Saturday.
Hello. Welcome back to Lessons with Kobe. Today, we will be learning the term belt to ass in sign language. First, we're going to break it down. Stay with me. Belt to ass. One more time. Belt to ass. Together now. Belt to ass. And that concludes my lesson. See you next season.